The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man aired its first two episodes today, and guys, I have to say, I like it. I have no issues with the show whatsoever. I was apprehensive about the animation style at first. I'm always open to new things. I'm always open to new styles. Everybody knows that about me. The voice acting was spot on for me. Uh, I mean, he said some pretty controversial things. The voice actor for Spider-Man, Hudson Thames, I believe his name is, but can't deny his work as Peter Parker, being a variant of Tom Holland's Peter, it's great. He channels that same youthful vibrancy, that energy that you would have from a Peter Parker. Coleman Domingo as Norman Osborn was great for the few scenes that he had in these two episodes as well. Yeah, this world, immediately from the first episode, you feel like this world is lived in. Like, we don't dwell on his origin story, which I love, because we already know this is basically the same Peter Parker that we have in the MCU, and we all knows how Peter Parker, we know how he gets his powers or whatever. So yeah, like I got, like, just trying to think back on these two episodes. It's a really strong start. Learning the stuff about Lonnie Lincoln and these other characters, Nico Minoru, from the Runaways, introducing characters like that and kind of alluding that she's from California. Seeing a variant of Doctor Strange come through a portal. Is that the variant from 616 from the main movie timeline? Is that our Stephen Strange that we know, and he just shows up in this universe? Seeing some of the parallels when Peter goes home and he sees Norman Osborn in there, and seeing how that is basically a shot-for-shot remake of the Civil War scene, or the behind-the-scenes footage that Tony showed Peter, and he basically recreates that scene when he stops the van and saves everybody, seeing his homemade suit, seeing how he just maneuvers through the air. I loved the web swinging aspects in these first two episodes. Like this, he's so acrobatic and fluid, but he still makes small mistakes when he's trying to stop that pyromaniac from torching that building, and we learn that the guy's at the wrong building anyway. And the way he handles that with so much grace. He saves all the animals, and it's just little comedic timing things in there as well. Guys, Aunt May and everything, like this show gives you so much. Seeing him get bit by the spider, how that all went down. I did have a slight issue with the fact that Doctor Strange didn't see that spider coming down as he was going up, but the spider is small. That's a minor nitpick. Guys, like, I know people complain about the woke aspect of shows like these, but this show didn't shy away from that. We have a Dr. Connors who is not only black, but is a woman working at Oscorp, which is really cool. We get introduced to Amadeus Cho and a few other characters that are interns along with Peter at Oscorp. The one that was from Wakanda, I like her positive attitude. Like, I just love her energy about everything. But seeing Peter work with Dr. Connors and knowing the type of relationship that they do have in the other mediums of Spider-Man, it's great to see this different take on that. And I think Marvel Animation, Marvel Studios, I think Disney has something with this. If only they can keep this momentum and they don't drop the ball. Maybe tweak the animation just a little bit. It's very comic booky, but as my wife did state when we were watching it, it did take her out a little bit, because she's never been a fan of the MCU art style, and I can understand that, especially when it comes to stuff like What If, and then you go to stuff like X-Men 97, and that's top tier, and then you come back to it harkens back to the Steve Ditko era. This was basically a moving comic book, and I get that, but I would give these first two episodes 8.5 out of 10s. That's all I really have to say, guys. These two episodes, they set the stage for what's to come. I can't wait for next week. Next week we have 3 episodes, I believe. I hate the fact that they're rushing these episodes out like that, but we know that the show is greenlit for season 2 and 3. So yeah, we have a lot more Spider-Man to come. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and we haven't had a Spider-Man cartoon show for our age group since the one that aired on Disney XD. So yeah, like I'm really excited to see who we get introduced to later on down the line. Guys, we got a symbiote in the very first episode. We got Doctor Strange fighting a symbiote. Like, that's something I never thought I'd see. We saw a young Lonnie Lincoln being profiled by the police in a cartoon. And when I was sitting there watching that, like, my mouth just dropped. I never expected to see that. I never expected to see something like that. Like, it's crazy. But I can't wait to see where his story takes him, because we all know Lonnie Lincoln does become Tombstone. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. We got introduced to Harry Osborn. We got introduced to Harry. He's being mugged, or at least somebody's attempting to mug him, and Spider-Man shows up and saves the day. We saw all that good stuff. The save Spider-Man has in this show is great. His homemade suit, you can tell it's homemade. I can't wait to, like, I'm glad they did reference the fact that the tubing that he has for his webbing does get snagged on something, and I'm glad they referenced that. But guys, if you have not seen these first 2 episodes, I highly recommend them. I highly recommend them. If you trust me, if you trust my judgment, I highly, highly, highly recommend these first 2 episodes. And if you are new here, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on the alert bell so you never miss another one of my nerdy videos. And until next time, catch you later.